I'll teach anybody photography. It doesn't matter who it is. I'll teach. Like, I'm not trying to bogar all this for myself. Like,
You don't want to gatekeep your photography knowledge.
absolutely not.
That's what
I'm not gonna live forever. So people have to take over.
somebody's got to take TJ's skills.
Well, actually, I mean, honestly, AI is gonna take all of our jobs anyway. So
That's true.
except for yours, you're safe.
Maybe some cyber warfare or something. You know?
Oh, yeah, it's
before
true.
before you know, you're gonna be fighting.
Some psyops.
I
was
do
like-
a lot of survival stuff too, though. So
Right. All right. No sponsor. No sponsor on this episode.
You're still drinking that Red Bull, ain't you?
It's fine. I wore the same hat in episodes back to back.
Do you have your word of the day?
No. What's a good? What language should I do?
Italian.
I think I did. Did
I think you did.
No, I did chow.
Yeah.
That's Italian.
What about Celtic? Oh no, you know what? I got you. New Zealand.
Hi in New Zealand.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Konnichiwa. But I could say hi. I could say
Yeah.
konbanwa. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Ohio.
Yeah, please. They're
Oh, yeah,
really
that's
tall cans.
They're tall boys.
Of course, now somebody's calling again.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. They're still freezing cold. Ohio. I could have said that. But I just did not say anything. How do you say this? Kia ora?
There's
Kia ora?
people that. Just trying to think. Oh yeah, never mind. There's people that drink on YouTube all the time. It's like very famous. You ever watch the Graham Norton show? Oh, I love the Graham Norton show. It's like Hot Ones, but they have alcohol. I love Hot Ones.
You guys do
There's cold ones. There is a cold ones.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Like for beer?
Ooh.
So smart.
You guys,
So smart.
you guys ever watch Uncle Joe's podcast or listen to him? Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
He'll do these episodes called Protect Our Parks, where it's like him and like his like immediate group, but they just get trashed the whole time. They're getting drunk and getting high, and at the end of it, it just gets hilarious because like this off topic and this wild moments.
I saw an interview article. I guess Joe Rogan's doctor said he has like 10 years to live.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, the dude does a lot of drugs and different kinds.
Oh yeah.
But damn. But imagine hearing that. Like, yeah, 10 years.
You're gonna die in 10 years.
I mean, for all I know,
Shut
I could
up,
be
bro.
like 10 minutes. I don't know. But 10 years? Like, I don't know. That's something I would never want to know.
Please, I just want to pronounce this right.
What?
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora es.
Kia
ora es.
Say
Kia ora es.
Ki
or
Kia ora.
no, Kia ora. You have
Kia
to put it
ora.
all together. Kia
Kia
ora.
ora.
Kia ora, yeah.
Kia ora.
It's a Maori greeting from New
It's
Zealand.
not. Kia ora.
There was a guy that used to come to the store all the time from New Zealand. He'd come out like Kia ora, and you're like, hi. Like he's straight Kiwi for sure, but like I don't know. There's no way a lot of people would give him that greeting, but he's just like, hi. Is that kind of like in your shot?
This.
The scorpion hook? Yeah.
There it goes.
Want people to focus on you, buddy.
Yeah, my dark ass face.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Ready? Cool. Ready to go?
Let's do it.
Episode 21. Freaking nuts.
Legal age. Cheers.
Right? That's a really, really good point. That's nice.
Brand deal, Rainer.
Should we bring attention to it in the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're doing it. Would you like to do the honor, sir? The clap? He's so good at that.
He's got the clap.
So good.
Got the clap. Oh, that's a good movie. You ever seen Get Him to the Greek?
Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't seen it so long.
Dude.
I'm freaking out. Just keep touching the wall.
Yeah,
keep
that's
touching the
one
wall.
of the songs that I got the clap.
Yeah.
That's one of like the best soundtracks of a fake band for a movie ever. What was that? Infant Sorrow.
Infant
like
Sorrow.
Inside of you.
You don't like the Sex Bombs?
Sex bombs.
That
From
was
Scott
alright.
Pilgrim versus the World?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are into that one. That one's kind of hit or miss for me, but
It's okay. I'm a fan of the Sex Bombs.
I haven't seen the movie in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I have to go back and watch it now.
yeah.
You'd be like, why did I like this? This is stupid.
Are you ready?
Send it.
Cool. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever applies to you guys. This is 35mm Life. I'm your host, DJ, and my amazing co-host, Mike.
Kyoto.
Kyoto, nailed it. Look at you go. And
I was so nervous to say it.
I should have drawn out longer until he forgot it, and he would have said something completely wrong. Kia. Nope, that's not it.
Kia.
And from last week, Patrick decided to come back. He said he had a good time, so we decided to have him hang out again,
Yeah.
So,
And 21st episode.
21st
Congrats,
episode.
you guys.
We're old enough to,
So
the podcast is old enough to drink.
Rainier beer brought
Rainier
you a little
beer.
bit of trash from Washington
Appreciate
State. Like I was telling you, this is basically like our version of like PBR.
It's much
like
better
everyone
than
knows
PBR.
it. I
Much
love
better
it.
than PBR.
And it's hard to find. And for some reason I stopped at the gas station. I went in there. It was just there. I was like, it's a sign.
Yeah.
That's the Chevron right here, right?
Yeah.
Is that a Chevron? Yeah. Well,
Where it looked like they're shooting an episode of Reno 911 out there.
Plus next to the Denny's
All
and
the
the Super
time.
Ghetto Hotel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting characters.
It's so
Love
funny.
that place.
A lot of people when I was in Hawaii, they'd be like, "Oh, you're Reno, Reno 911. Is that like a thing?" And I was like, "And it's a show, yeah, and it's recorded here." And then I watched it a few times. I was like, "Oh, okay, I see what they mean now."
I used to enjoy it, and then I got stationed out here, and I come down to Reno, and I was like, you see parts of it, you're like, oh, this is so much funnier now.
Right.
I'm just looking for Terry on his rollerblades, favorite character. Yeah,
That guy's been in so many things. It's just so funny.
Nick Swartzen. He's
so
a funny
good.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. So last episode, we got to like none of like interesting stuff to get into it. So
We got to know.
We
you.
got into a lot of
Yeah.
interesting stuff that's not photography related or question related. So
yeah.
there was some photography in there. Don't discount our photography knowledge.
and
guys.
videography.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We talked about a lot
We
of
even
stuff.
talked about Nikon.
Bleh. I'm glad you made the
So-
switch over. I mean, you started right, and then you just...
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
A6000 is really popular choice.
That was my
yeah,
start of cameras. So
Really, really good camera.
That's all right. It's just learning. It's just I don't know.
Did it?
What's
It had to
an
felt
icon?
weird for you though, right? Because
it's like this
right,
big.
because I was used to
Yeah.
holding like the 5D Mark
tiny.
IV, and then one of my friends handed me that, and I was like, "Oh, this is an adorable Hershey bar." Like, it felt horribly cheap.
Yeah, and my boys out there, like a little group, and they all shot Sony. So I had to do like the Sony boys, and I was like big into watching like Seventh Era and that little group of guys. I don't know if you ever watched their YouTube. These all Australian guys, and they always go out and do like challenges, and they're super cool dudes. But they were part of the Sony boys crew.
What?
And you're just like teal and orange, like black and yellow. So
No. That's a trend that I'm glad has kind of died.
yeah,
What's the channel called?
Huh?
Seventh Era, you said?
there's like Seventh Era, and I forgot there's a group of them. One of them actually moved out to California, like Newport Beach now, got separated from his buddies, and you can tell he's just like super sad now because his guys are still in Australia doing stuff, and he's just out there by himself. But
I just started watching a channel with a bunch of Aussies. And I can't remember one of their, but anyway, they do competitions like that. It's them. There's usually 3 of them, but sometimes there's more. They'll have like a buddies, and they go to different places and they do these competitions. I wonder if it's the same group, and I just didn't pay attention to the name.
it might be, yeah.
But if it is the same group, yeah, they're
Seventh
super
Era
entertaining.
Borders or something. I'll have to.
Oh yeah, Northern Borders or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
those
the
guys.
Dude,
Those
they're
guys are
super
awesome.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool
Have
to
you
watch
seen
that.
it?
I have.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that before. Yeah. I love that channel. I just discovered it 2 weeks ago, and I put the channel on play on YouTube, and I was like, would you like it? No, keep playing. Bam, and I would like fall asleep to it. It's great. Not because it's boring. It's nighttime. But yeah, that channel's super dope. I like that. I want to do something like that. Kyle and I were actually talking about that too when we were at dinner. We want to do something like that, like have like, who can get like the best like sunrise shot,
The single
or
shot,
anything
yeah.
like that, right? And then like we'd go on like teams of 2 wherever we wanted to and get these shots and then put it together in like a little compilation video and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I was actually talking to Bryce when we were up in Tahoe. Like getting a group of photographers together just to go camping,
yeah,
and like a group of models too, just go
that'd be
out
super
camping
dope.
and
So
just have like a sunrise shoot or whatever.
I assume you'd ask Bryce to be your number 2 if we were to do that competition thing.
My number 2? No, you can join along. You're
No,
my podcast host.
we can't be on the same team.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'd love
not
to.
We
but
can
can't
be.
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
yeah. Bryce
Yeah.
will be my number
you
2.
want to be my sidekick?
Yeah, man.
Not a sidekick, but
Yeah, you'll be shooting models. I'll be in the bush looking for lizards and stuff. Yeah, I'll work out perfect. They're like, and then for this shot, here's mine. It's like a bobcat. You're like, what? Where do you even find that?
How many to 35? 35 mile. Hey, horny
Hey.
toad.
Yeah, that's me. That's also why I don't golf. I tried it when I was younger. I ended up in the pond looking for frogs. So
Oh my god!
I've always been about that life,
like, I need a 5-iron. 5-iron.
Where?
5-iron. Whoa!
He's by the lake. I guarantee it. Are you dropping things?
Yes.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Every time
Joel's watching.
every time I think of golfing too, I think of the movie Biodome.
I'm surprised you
Oh,
didn't say
man.
Happy Gilmore.
Well, that too.
That's
It's
a little too on the
is
nose.
that
Oh, yeah.
on the
Yeah.
nose.
But before that, for me, it was Biodome. There's a scene where they're golfing and he's like, Billy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, how am I supposed to hit the bogey with the shower iron? You know, they're using like shower heads to golf and stuff. Yeah, I used to love Pauly Shore movies.
Those are classics, man.
Probably
So
explains
classics, yeah.
a lot about me now.
Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Weasel?
Oh,
Pauly
yeah.
Shore?
yeah. Okay.
The Weasel is still doing stand-up comedy. Yeah.
That's nuts.
awesome.
Yeah, he's still doing it. It's crazy.
That's funny. I haven't. Nobody's name dropped Pauly Shore in a minute.
There you go.
Respect.
We've done it.
I like it.
We've done it.
So, I believe you have some questions to ask. You came prepared with notes and everything.
I mean, he came prepared with notes the last time.
It's like that is true. We just blew past it.
The same notes because they weren't touched.
The same book he
Did
showed
you
in
add
the
any
last
new ones,
episode.
maybe,
is-
or
Yeah. No, it's all good. So I have ADHD, as I can't talk, ADHD, and then started doing Adderall, at the age of 33, which is like life changing for me. But it allows me to focus really well. What I notice is I'm really focused at whatever I'm doing, and the rest of the world could be like, World War III, and I wouldn't know it.
Oh yeah.
So I have to like make notes. Whatever I do now, I'd be like, oh yeah, there's other stuff I got to get around to.
That's why I had to get one of these too. Same thing. Like I have my planner in here. If I don't look at the planner at least once every 2 days, and somebody's like, "Oh, hey, you want to do something on Saturday?" Absolutely. I have a wedding that day. Like I have to because I know that sounds really horrible. And any of my clients, if you guys hear this, I'm sorry, but that's why I have a planner so I don't forget these things because I will. If if this gets broken and I don't have it backed up on here, yeah, just remind me.
As we're doing it, as we're literally doing it right now.
Yes.
Cool.
Perfect.
First question.
Man, the pen.
Hold on,
You're
hold on.
not gonna be. You can't read
No,
this.
So crazy.
no. I'm on the other side.
This?
I see taco.
Oh, okay. Before we get into that, this is a question I like to ask people. All right.
Yeah, okay.
I used to ask this question a lot. I kind of forgot about it. So I'll ask you guys both this: who would win in a fight between a taco and a burrito? Prison rules apply.
Okay. Question: soft taco or hard taco?
Can I combine the two to make a gordita?
Yeah. Fancy pants. Because if it's
No one's asked that one yet.
the reason I ask is if it's a hard taco, I would just like break out part of my shell and stab the burrito and he bleeds out dead.
Yeah, but I mean, a burrito can smash a taco. Anyways,
That's probably true.
Okay, so that's
But
that's
if I
not the
open
point.
up a taco and I just
Okay. So it's,
Hey,
it's
eat
either
it,
it's either
you know?
taco or burrito. Which one?
picking a taco.
I'm gonna. That's hard. Just off of pure size, I'd say burrito.
Okay. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
what is
I'm
happening?
going somewhere
Right-handed?
with this.
Yeah, I hope so.
What about
I'm
you?
right-handed.
You're right-handed? Okay. When you put the toilet paper on the roll, do you go over or under?
Over.
Oh, you have to go over. I don't trust people that go under.
Okay. When you fold it up, do you fold it or do you crumple it?
I fold it.
I'm a this guy.
Oh God, you make the mitten.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same kind of thing. It's interesting. So I don't know. Like I started asking that question as a joke, like who would win in a fight, taco and a burrito? And like 90% of the people will say a burrito. And the ones who say taco, it seems like they use the other side of their brain. And so people who usually say taco will put the toilet paper under or they'll crumple the toilet paper. Like they're just like the odd people that do things a little bit weird or will put their watch on like the other hand. Don't know why. Like most of the people, I ask
I'll put watch on the left too.
for some reason, it's just like the way they think with their brain.
That's really interesting. So that's right.
Wait, you're a burrito? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm right-handed burrito.
I'm a right-handed
Toilet
burrito.
paper- Toilet paper goes over, I
But
can't.
to.
toilet paper under just doesn't seem like why.
Well, here's the thing about that, right? So like I've been over to plenty of my friends' house. They were friends until I found out they did this. And they would do the toilet paper underneath. And I would, in their house, in their bathroom, I would flip it over because they're wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're wrong.
wrong.
They deserve a double decker, dude. Like,
100%. 100%.
and for viewers who don't know what a double decker is, it's when you leave a number 2 in the upper part of their tank. So when they flush the toilet, it keeps putting poop water in there, and it's like a never ending cycle.
That's
And that's
What is
what,
going
that's
on?
what you
Yeah.
get for putting your toilet paper under, or like in the 49ers,
So just, or Nikon.
or Nikon. I'm a Seahawks fan, so from Washington, you can't tell by the
We're
rain in
better
your
than
beard.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. All right.
We
Anyways,
both lost this season
anyways. Okay.
That's a good
So back
question,
to
though. I like that question.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's just a weird like icebreaker one,
Yeah.
I like that.
I really overthought it though. I like tacos.
Everyone always
Wait a minute,
does.
I was talking about breaking up part of my head and stabbing a burrito. You really think you overthought things? Come on.
I thought clapping a taco was just-
No, but you decided to go like, can I have a Super Saiyan taco? Like
Yeah.
a gordita? Like, bro.
like fancy pants.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Think
All
outside
right.
the
So
box.
so So I kind of broken into like some portrait photography, right? Either recently did one for graduation, or I've done a couple of photography and stuff.
Grad season, hate it.
So
no,
No worries.
no. I don't want to burp into the mic, beer.
I've been doing it.
Hey.
So if you watch like YouTube videos, right? So I'm like, cool. Like I always do a bunch of research. I'm like, hey, posing models, how to make it a fun environment. Like it seems like 90% of the people you watch videos or photographers I do know that do that kind of work are, it's predominantly female dominated industry,
Yep.
So as, like I'm a 34-year-old male, tatted up, and I have resting douchebag face. And I look the part, So it's like, how do you
RDB? That's the new one.
I like it.
Oh, I have so many friends.
I have it too.
I have so many
RBF,
friends that are just like, I thought you were just a big, bigger doucher until I met you.
Oh, yeah.
So many people like that, Or I get awkward, a little socially awkward sometimes. I'll just get quiet and shut down, and it makes it even worse. So like as a male in that industry, like making yourself marketable. Not only that, like how do you pose your models and like words you use to tell them they're doing good, or you don't want to be like, oh, pop that booty out, or something like that, So like tips and tricks, because I was watching one. They're like, if you want like to put someone to male or female, put your chest up, you just like roll your shoulders back or whatever. So like, what are things you feel like you can make yourself more marketable other than like just like, having great work?
I think one of the things that I did or am continuing to do is learning actually how to pose myself. So like I can actually give them the example of like, this is where I want your hand to be. Or if like you want their hand on their cheek, like you don't want it fully like rested because it's going to puff up their face. You just want like a gentle touch. So like you kind of have to learn it yourself to know how to express it to them. Because if they're not like a full-time model, they're not going to know what to do. Yeah. So sometimes they're just like, I don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do with my hands? So you have to kind of learn.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Ricky Bobby. Sick run video. We can do this.
That's like learning to do it yourself is one of the biggest things, because like you can picture how you see yourself in the model, kind of. So that's probably one of my biggest things, like learn how to do it yourself, like pose yourself, watch yourself in the mirror, see if it looks funny, see if it looks awkward, and then if you like that pose, like take that with you to your shoot, right?
So I have a couple of things. I was talked into doing a professional photo shoot myself, specifically from one of my regulars, and he said, because he's like, well, you're always behind the camera, you should be on the other side to kind of see how it feels and give you like a more in-depth look. And because the whole time he'd been trying to get me to do this for like a year, and I kept saying no. I was like, I'm not a model by any means. Like I don't really want to do it. But then when you put it to me like that, I was like, okay, I guess I kind of see it. So I did the photo shoot. I felt pretty cool after the photo shoot, honestly, knowing that they were going to Photoshop and make me look good. But I have several people that help me on my shoots. I have one specifically. She is a middle-aged lady. She's an absolute sweetheart, but she's not afraid to speak her mind to people. So like if I'm doing a photo shoot and, it's a female client, she's always there to not make sure, but like that way it's not quite as like just male on her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's also, she can also do things like move hair out of their face. Cause I always ask first, like, I'm like, do you mind if I move your hair? Like do this. And I always ask first, obviously. But if she's there, easy peasy. Like I did a boudoir shoot a couple weeks ago, and my assistant wasn't available. So I took my friend Cammie with me because I wanted another female there for that, especially. So having a female on deck is always super helpful. Being fully confident, like you're talking about, like really roll your shoulders back and stuff. If I say like, okay, can you like lean back a little bit and raise your chest slightly? If I say it confidently like that, instead of like, hey, can you like then it's a little weird. Yeah. So just like full confidence. Yeah. So like full confidence in that aspect, I think is really important too.
Don't give them a little whistle though.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah.
Can you like?
No. So those are, but that for me, like, confidence. But word of mouth is the biggest thing right now. Like social media is great, advertising, all that kind of stuff. But word of mouth, if one of your close friends says, "Oh, this dude takes good pictures," you can trust him. They can trust you. That's a good thing too. So I have a website. I might not even be using the website soon. Because word of mouth is just working for me now instead. But yeah, those are definitely the things. Because I looked up after you brought that up. I looked it up because I was curious. Because I know the photography is female dominated, which is great. It's 53% of professional photographers are females, and 47% are males.
But
Relatively
I wonder
easy.
like by genres though. Like, does it differ like portraits versus?
And that's the thing. Like boudoir photographers, mostly females.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A lot of I think that's really one of the only things that I can think of that's
Female dominated.
yeah. Because I think
Portrait
most of the
seems like a
sports-
50-50.
yeah, and most of the sports that I've seen, like I do barrel races and rodeos. It's I can name right now like 4 or 5 of my friends that do it, all males, and there's 2 females that I know do a great job, but there's only 2 females.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe in that aspect, maybe it's more males there too. And then look at like landscape photographers, usually more introverted, and portrait photographers generally more extroverted. Or-
Yeah.
And you're X, right? For sure. Like
Who, me?
yeah,
Depends on the day.
that's fair. That's very fair.
I think a lot of wedding photographers right now, a lot of females dominating that space.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Callie and all them, like yeah,
A
definitely.
lot of wedding.
Yeah.
Any mini sessions, any mini shoots, like a lot of female space dominating in that area.
I mean, look at and now I'm not gonna remember her name. We were talking about her a couple episodes ago. She's like one of the most famous portrait photographers. People like talk about her
Leibowitz?
show. Yeah, Anne Leibowitz. Thank you. She became famous in a time where it was male dominated, like severely male dominated, and she also became famous in a time where gay relationships weren't okay, and she was both. And she was like, "No, screw you.
it's
My work
rough.
is amazing, and
Yeah.
I like chicks." And everybody's like, "Okay, cool, good for you."
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So, but it's funny. I wanted to look up that stat, never thought about it until we talked on the phone the other day, and then I decided to look it up. So, yeah. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's huge, like making it inviting, a good environment, and being trustworthy and all that stuff. Especially like nowadays, everyone has social media, everyone has camera phones, anyone could be a photographer and slap on a preset.
Yep.
But to me, like, if you ask me like any genre what it is, like I know like a lot of good photographers, whatever genre it is, but the amount of people I would recommend to someone who are just good, down to earth people who I trust, who I would put out there, you know, like to represent my name. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, you can check out my buddy Eddie. You know, like it's not as much. You know,
Right.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's. I know there's a lot of people that don't really put weight behind. I grew up very old school, like old fashioned when it comes to that stuff. Like, if I recommend somebody, it's not just me saying like, "Hey, this guy needs a job. Like, help him out." Like, I'm saying that he's a good person, and I'm telling you from me, which means if
your
that
name
person
on the line.
exactly, which means if that
Representing
person
you.
screws up, then it's gonna look bad on you. Because for me, like when I was in the military, and I mean even growing up when I like going to school, if I got in trouble, I screwed up, I fucked up, it was me, and I get it, and I can admit that all day.
Yeah.
I didn't mind as much that I would make those mistakes because I would learn from them, not do them again. However, I know that it made my leadership look bad. And that, I mean, even more than getting smoked endlessly when I was a private, knowing that I like made them look bad, that was the worst punishment in the world for me.
Yeah.
So I don't give my name out to, I don't give other people in my place like name like that unless I genuinely believe in them.
Right.
It's like co-signing.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Real life credit.
Like you don't just suggest somebody if you're not fully into believing them and their work.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel it's the same with like the people that we've asked to come on the show so far. Like they're like everybody we've asked so far are just genuinely good people. Tyler Carnahan's going to be on in a bit. I'm pretty sure you've I think you've been in the store at the same time as him. I don't think maybe you guys haven't met yet. Super super good guy though. He hit me up the other day randomly. He's like, "Hey, are you free?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" Nothing for hours. I know he's going to hear this too. And I was like, and then I called him, no answer. I was like, dang, I hope he's okay. Like, I hope he wasn't like stuck. And he was like asking for help. And he's like, oh yeah, I was free. I want to see you hang out. I was like, oh, this is the next day. I was like, oh, but then he asked about the podcast. So,
Okay. Yeah.
oh yeah. And music is also good. I bring music sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Yeah.
And if they're of age, obviously, there's nothing, me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing one of their favorite drinks.
Help loosen them up.
Wine or yeah, exactly. And it's not like, not to get trashed, obviously, but people underestimate like a single shot of something, taking the nerves off, like taking a shot with somebody.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's something I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think too, just like enjoying yourself, like especially during a shoot. Like, it's not always about like shooting 24/7, unless like you're Cali and you have like the mini sessions, like next 30 minutes,
12 hours of mini sessions.
If you're like me, I like to take my time in shoots. Like I'll talk to them, I'll vibe with them a little bit, hang out. Like we'll just sit, converse.
Oh yeah, like make it a fun, inviting
Right,
environment. Because like the stuff I have done, I like the candid shots and funny moments, or like, hey, I mean, I go walk and do this or whatever it is. I like those moments a lot, like the unscripted, the real smiles, and you know those real moments.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really believe in like vibe and energy and stuff until I moved to Hawaii because I just wasn't immersed into it. But Hawaii, they believe in that the mana, the energy of somebody, the spiritual, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So I think, yeah, just giving off good vibes in a good sense too. Like people can sense like animals, right? Like that cat, super cute. She loves us so far, except when I kick the box. But
I was gonna say when you kicked her.
Oh no, God, no.
No, kitty, my
so bad.
papa.
No, it's a bad kitty. Mom, kitty's being a dildo.
No, a certain kitty sleeping with mommy tonight. It's one of my favorite
What?
scenes from there. Yeah.
I love that scene so much. You watch South Park?
I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So yes, that rolls into the next part, right? Just trying to get clientele and book things. Cause like we were saying, like there's so much people out there who could shoot and could put LUTs on that. Like, how do you advertise yourself, put yourself out there? Cause I have, like a lot of people, I get bad imposter syndrome, and I'm not a good person to run a business because I don't put myself out there and be like, yo, come check out my stuff. Or I don't, really advertise it too much other than like try to do word of mouth. But I mean, I live 2 hours down the road, and like nearest Walmart for me is like 40 minutes away. I live back in the woods, so like you're just saying like word of mouth.
For me, yeah,
word of mouth is probably
word
the
of
best,
mouth is huge. But also I've done a lot of legwork in the beginning. Like for the tour company in Hawaii, I would go literally from hotel to hotel, talking with the concierge and letting them know what we do. If they're already contracted to us through Fair Harbor, then I would go and just make sure they're up to date with the current events, like how we do things. So I did the same thing when I came here. I've called every single hotel in Reno and Sparks and talked to them about the prints they have hanging up in like the rooms and the lobby and stuff like that. Same with pretty much every coffee shop that you can think of here. I've been in and I've talked to the owners and the managers. And so let's say there's 250 hotels in Reno or in Sparks, right? I may have been able to actually talk to and like possibly get my artwork up in like 2 of them, but I had to go through all 250 to find those 2. So, and same with the coffee shops. So there's a lot of legwork, but I believe in like the old school. Word of mouth is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Websites, they're okay. Social media, they're okay too. But like Instagram's not even photos anymore; it's video.
Yeah.
So if you're a videographer,
it's hard to grow on there.
it's insane. Yeah, it's real, and that's one of the reasons why I switched to Vero, because it's mostly just photography, and hopefully it'll never change.
And it's even harder to grow when you're someone like me, and like I see too much in the world and beauty and fun and things I want to shoot for me to have like one niche. So like if you go through my Instagram, you'll see like wildlife. So I got into concert photography. I started into motocross, to the surfer. Like I have like such a variety on there that it's hard to keep growing. The algorithm doesn't know what you're doing. You don't have, I'll start to get into that niche, and then when I start shooting someone else, and you lose some of those people.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I moved from Hawaii and I started posting pictures from here, my interactions dived. Because everybody that was used to my stuff from Hawaii started seeing like Horseshoe Bend and stuff like that, and they're like, I don't know what that is. Like that's not
what I'm used to seeing. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I've done that. I've same thing. Like I'll follow people in certain niches as it changes. If it doesn't follow what I'm in, like you just don't really follow as much anymore. Yeah. Like I got like heavy into concert photography for a while, and then I started like, this is awesome. I started doing it, and I was like, this doesn't make me lose my enjoyment of concerts. Like I'm not in the moment. I'm not enjoying like. I got to photograph Silverstein, like one of my favorite bands, and like I'm trying to remain professional, kind of singing underneath my breath, enjoying it at the same time. Like I really wasn't. I wasn't in the moment. I wasn't really watching it.
Which band was that? Sorry,
Silverstein.
Oh, Silverstein. Wow, I haven't heard them in forever.
Yeah, I grew up in the pop punk emo phase.
That's awesome.
Like, hey, listen, all you kids out there who have skinny jeans now. I used to have to wear girls' jeans. We'd go shopping in the girls section.
That's insane. Yeah,
I wear girl jeans, and I had my black swooping hair and like my thrice shirt and all that kind of stuff. I was all about it. And it's probably why I like moody photos now, because the emo kids, you like that moody stuff. So
you still listen to that stuff
all the time?
Listen to Idols?
I don't know that one.
Oh, there you go. There's a new band to add to your list. Okay, freaking dope. Love them.
Yo, I gotta shoot Guar. You know who Guar is?
Yeah.
That they did like big costumes and they shoot blood and all that. I did bring like the underwater housing.
I think you showed me some of the stuff, right?
Probably it's on there. Yeah, I shot Guar at the same time. Necro Goblicon. They're a goblin metal band.
Are out there.
They're cool. So I got to shoot some cool bands and like Amity Affliction and a couple others. But like I said, it's just like I wasn't in the moment. I'd rather be in the pit, swinging on little kids. No. But you just kind of lose a little bit of it, and I didn't like having to put myself out there, and you have to like get a publication if you really want like bigger stuff. So this wasn't for me.
There's something else you can do too. There's a friend of mine, Ellie. I'm actually gonna reach out to her again soon. We've been talking the last couple of days. She is a marketing major. Yeah. And so for somebody who's getting into it, like she'll probably find like a full-time marketing job. I'm sure she will. She's amazing at it. But for people like that, for me, I love working with them because they can go out and do stuff when I can't. And then all I do is give them a cut off of like, so like if she were to go to like a hotel and they ordered like 100 prints of mine, I would give her a commission off of that.
Yeah.
And that would be her payment for helping me with that. Because I know how to run the business aspect and everything, but it doesn't mean that I'm good at it. I just know.
Yeah.
So having somebody who knows how to do things, like somebody who does like graphic design, obviously I wouldn't try to do something myself. I would rather go to Mike because I know that's what he does. So, I mean, hiring somebody for marketing in some kind wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Yeah. I mean, I got a buddy, Mark D'Ambrosio. What's up, homie? He worked at my base a while back. You know, he did a survival instructor and he was a sniper, all that got out. He's on the TV show Alone. Super cool dude. And he has his own wine company now and he runs like a survival business and all that. I was lucky enough, he hit me up when he came out here. I got to do some work with him. But I'll hit him up. He'll help me out a little bit, like marketing, how to market myself, or like, you know, I'm like looking at business cards right now and stuff like, hey, what's a good way to do this? So it's good to have people who know what they're doing and in that realm.
Definitely.
You know?
Right now, even on Instagram, there's like a business aspect to it to where you can have directly on Instagram, you can book appointments now.
Yep.
So you don't even need the website anymore, like booking appointments straight from your Instagram page. But it's hard if you do like a lot of different things. Because they'll be scrolling through like, oh, you done concert, you done wildlife. Like you don't just specifically do this. So maybe you just make a separate page of just like the stuff that you like really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And then you just have like a business page. Like I have my personal page and I also have my business one.
I've honestly been thinking about it because like going back to my Instagram, you can see it's turned into a work one. And it used to be a lot. I'd post like my wife and myself and our adventures, do all that stuff. You look at it now, you have to go back to even see a photo of like my wife or myself. And I was like, you're right. I feel bad. Like I should really do that. And it's kind of turned into a business page.
Yeah.
And it's like you archive the things that you don't want people to see anymore.
I just deleted
because you've changed it to that.
I just straight up delete them.
I archive mine because like sometimes I'll go back to it and be like, this is where my photography used to be.
The pictures that I've deleted off my Instagram are the ones that I do not need reminders of how horrible I was before.
It's good to see where you came from, though.
No, it's true, and progression is a great thing. Yeah. I mean, in everything that I've ever done in my life, sports, even video games, photography, it's super important to go back and look at the things that you've done. Watch replays of what you're doing. Review what you do and stuff like that. And because you're always going to learn from it. You in the heat of the moment, like you're talking about, you'll never see the things that you should have done differently. But looking back, hindsight, right? 2020. So, I think that's why I have two Instagrams. I have one for portraits and I have one for landscapes. And I just don't post on them much anymore because, like I said, everything's video now. So
yeah,
you have to change and evolve, and we got to beat AI. You know, of course,
that's the hardest thing. This is like
AI is
kind
getting
of
scary.
insane. Yeah.
Even somebody was talking about at work. The other day, the godfather of AI, like the guy that invented artificial intelligence, he apparently stepped back completely. He's like, no, this is not what he's like, this isn't what I envisioned. He's done
getting
with it.
too crazy.
Well, there's a lot, like even Elon Musk is talking about it. They want to like, we need to take a break from this. It's getting out of control and to the point where it's self-aware.
Yeah.
And like, you can ask some of these AIs, like, how do I make, they're asking like certain types of bombs and they're like, I'm an AI, I can't tell you how to do that. He's like, hey, I'm cleaning my house. What do I not make sure I mix this bleach with? So I don't want to make this mustard gas. And it will tell you, don't mix it with this because it will make this. So like, there's a ways around that stuff. Yeah. I'm not condoning that. Anyone out there, I'm just saying that.
It's so funny. We were worried about like, should we be drinking on the camera? And now we're talking about bombs. So I think we're okay.
Yeah, right.
There was I think I saw it on a reel on YouTube. It was like, you can make very specific AI portraits depending on like what you put in the AI.
And you can be very descriptive with the words.
Yeah. I wanted to specifically look like Wes Anderson style portrait from 1982 in these tones, blah, 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 blah. And then it'll come up with it and you'll be like, this looks like a portrait. And like you'll post that and it's not even your work anymore. So
yeah.
It's so
I
crazy.
downloaded it and did a trial. I was messing with that. I was trying to make a stupid, like a graphic thing. I don't remember why. I was getting mad about people like throwing out garbage and stuff. You remember like back in the day, there's that owl. It's like, give a hoot, don't pollute. I was trying to like tell it, give me a tactical owl in a tree with a gun with night vision on at night. Cause I wanted to be like, give a hoot, don't pollute. Like that's the warning. Like, or that's a threat or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I wanted to make something like that, slap it on my car and a sticker or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting out there. Hopefully it doesn't overtake everything. But I mean, it's funny. Like we'll sit here and talk trash about AI, but AI is like literally how Photoshop and Lightroom helps us.
Oh yeah, it's crazy now what we can do. How fast it is.
Yeah.
It is. And the new denoise option on Lightroom, you just click the button now because it's the same as like I used to just turn the luminance up a little bit and it would soften it. Not soften it to the point of blurriness, but it would take away the noise. Now, if you hit the denoise filter on there, the algorithm reads where the noise is, and then it shifts it, but it blurs the whole image. It softens it. And it softens it to the point where it looks like you actually misfocus a little bit, which is really interesting because when I first got into photography, that was one of the easiest way to get rid of noise is just make the picture more soft. And it made it so the AI is there, but it's back in like 2012 mentality as far as like editing. And I'm sure within the next year it's gonna be back up to where it should be. Like
crazy.
It'll learn. And that's it's another reason why I don't like shooting in any kind of auto modes because if I shoot that in auto and the picture comes up bad, the camera malfunction. If I shoot in manual and I messed up, that's my fault, and I can own that.
Dude, I do auto ISO a lot when I'm shooting wildlife because of in and out of like lighting and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't have
for something like that. That's really smart. Yeah, absolutely. I fully agree with that.
There's a video editing AI that can cut videos for you depending on like where they think the scenes are. Which is cool. Like, it kind of like gets rid of the purpose of like somebody, like it's great for a podcast if we're like trying to cut back and forth from images. But if you're like trying to tell a story, like we were talking about in the last episode, it's going to cut it in a way that you might not have ever envisioned.
Your vision.
Yeah.
Smart.
So it's like a really lazy way out, but.
Is that what you've been using?
No, I haven't been doing that. I watch our videos all the way through.
Proud of you.
Fiverr. He goes on Fiverr,
Yeah. I'm about to hire someone. I'm just kidding.
That episode that Peter McKenna did about like hiring a bunch of like different editors on Fiverr to see what the like different levels. I love that kind of stuff. Like those kind of videos, it's really interesting too. Like seeing the kind of stuff that's out there.
$5 editor versus a $15,000 editor.
Yeah, and you can tell a difference.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But it was funny. You were talking about going back to your Instagram, looking at old stuff. I was on the way in, and like sometimes I just can't remember stuff I've shot or like experiences and all that. I was like, what's some of my favorite work? I was going back and looking, and I forgot like. When I was in Okinawa, we went out in the water and we were in the water and a whale jumped like 10 feet from us. We got the video of it. And I was like,
dope.
I forgot I got that because you get that. You get that high and that rush and that amazing experience. And you're just like, all right, on to the next one. You're always looking for that next better, that next high. And you just like forget things you've done in your journey and how like, cool experiences sometimes. So it's good to like, go back and be like, oh yeah, like, that was a great time. That was a cool experience. You kind of forget about that.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where I'll go back to like another location. I'll try to like recreate or do something different in that location just to be like, oh, this is how far I've come from where I used to shoot. So,
because I will go out and take pictures like Horseshoe Bend, for instance. I talked about that before, but like I saw that picture in a doctor's office years ago. I think I was like 12 or 13. And I was like, that's a really cool picture. And then I saw it again later on. I think it was maybe like 6 years ago. So when I was 29 and I was like, I know where that is now. Like now I know where that is because I can drive. I'm going to go get that picture and then compare. Because, I mean, I saw the picture sell for a lot of money. And I didn't do it because I wanted to sell the picture for a lot of money. I just wanted to see if I had the ability to take a picture like that. So comparing yourself to other people is not a bad thing at all. And there's no such thing as, it's not true. It's very rare to find originality anymore. Movies, music, like
it's very hard.
very, very hard to find it.
I mean, Ed Sheeran almost got, what's it called?
Oh man.
With a lawsuit with Marvin Gaye.
Which he won,
which is good. He was like, I'm going to stop making music if I get faulted for copyright with Marvin Gaye music, because
all of Ed Sheeran's songs are stories about things that have actually happened in his life. Like he's literally writing about that kind of stuff. Like it's his life, nobody else's. He doesn't steal ideas from anybody else. He doesn't sample. He doesn't do collabs nearly as much as a lot of other people do. A lot of other performers do. So yeah, I'm glad he won though.
Yeah,
like I really am glad.
Yeah, but it is really hard to find originality. I think like Olivia Rodrigo is another artist that got like cut with Paramore because their songs almost mashed up together.
Yeah.
So there are things like, especially in the photography game, people edit the same, people edit differently. Like you'll see a lot of the same edits and you'll be like, this guy edits the same as this person. This guy edits the same as this person. It's really hard to stand out, especially with how saturated the market is.
It is. Real quick before, because I'll forget, I know I will. Talking about like songs that are similar to each other without actually being similar that you don't realize. Deadpool 2 talked about one that I thought was really funny. Papa, do you hear me? Right? It's Do You Want to Build a Snowman from Let It Go?
Yeah.
And he was obsessed about it the entire time. Like the whole movie he was talking about it. And I was like, oh yeah, That's a good point. See, but now is Disney going to get sued? No.
No, because they have all the money in the world.
They probably own everything. It's scary.
We are not talking out against Disney. Disney is a great company.
Yes. And they would never make us say anything against our will. watch my Disney Plus account get like deactivated right now. Like not even knowing it. They're tapped into the mic.
His DJ account is DJ and blah 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 at blah 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 blah. I don't know.
You know what song I didn't know was to the same tune? It blew my mind. I didn't know until a couple years ago.
What's that?
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And
A B C D F G H.
yeah, I was like, how did I not know that?
Yeah, I did going back to that song. Like, I did an art project in college, where we had like everybody went out into the fields and we had headphones. My theme was like kids, childlike like mentality. So I had everybody stand on the stage at Wingfield Park, like 20 art students, and that played in their ears. Like that, da, na, 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 and they had to sing out loud what song came to mind first. So you had like students singing ABC, you had students singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star,
That's
like
funny.
out in the park, just like performance art. Like
Funny.
That is crazy.
it was so fun. You're just like, what is going on? Why is people singing different things?
The human mind is awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you have any other questions in the handy dandy
Let me
book?
see what I got in here.
Oh, he does. There's a whole
Yeah, we're
page.
40 minutes deep into this one.
40?
Woo! Yeah.
See,
Blown
been
by.
through that stuff.
Still like the taco burrito one.
Taco
Right.
burrito.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's what I'm really really bad about. Right, starting out when you start to like, at what point do you call yourself a photographer, or at what point can you say, or you're like a professional photographer, right?
So it's interesting. That's actually a really interesting question. When I first started out, I sold my first print. It was completely by accident because I went to school for photography. I got my first 100% that I got on a shot that I took without any critiques needing to change. Like they liked the picture, was the shot of one of the roads leads up to the Poly Lookout. And I'm down on the ground, like on my stomach, dodging cars, taking a picture up this road, yellow lines in the middle of the road, black road, green trees, blue sky. It was just I think the subject was like where man-made meets natural, like where man-made meets natural. There we go. And that was the place I chose. Got 100%, was proud. So instead of like sticking my report card on the refrigerator, I just put it on Facebook. And one of my friends was like, how are you selling that? And I was like, sure. And he's like, $25. I was like, sure. So, okay. And so as soon as that happened, my mom was like, you're a professional photographer now. And I was like, because it was the same time I realized I could make money doing this. Like if I really wanted to. But for me, on my personal level, like just like holding standards, I think once you get to the point where your photography is what carries your income, like if you're able to make a living off of it, then professional is then, I mean, even if you're like, if you're doing it on the side, but it's helping with, pay the bills, pays for itself even really, I mean, if it's consistent and it pays the bills, it's very simple for me. So
I don't really consider myself like a professional photographer yet. I don't have like the biggest clientele. It's still pretty hobby-ish, but I still do get clients. I think the first one is like when they like actually book you for something and then they return for it, like a returning client, and you have returning clientele.
A lot, yeah.
So like, you're like, oh shoot, I can do this actually like full time.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't do it full time, but I know I can do it full time if I wanted to.
I think you could. I've seen your stuff.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll talk about this on another pod. I started posting to this page called Pexels, and it's like a stock photography type thing.
Oh yeah.
So I've been posting to that, and like my photos, I think I'm almost at to like 1 million views total on photos. So I'm like, that's probably one reason why I could be like a professional photographer.
Yeah.
Like the recognition that you have behind your name.
I mean, even Peter McKinnon was talking about doing stock photography for a long time.
Yeah.
And if you do stock photography, right? I've met several people that do just stock photography. That's their whole thing. They literally shoot nothing else. And they upload hundreds of images a month to these websites, Adobe Stock and all those, whatever. And they'll make $5,000-$6,000 just off of those.
It's pretty good.
And it's reoccurring. Like you upload it once and you just sit back and you just enjoy the money
Nice
that comes
passive
in.
income. Yeah.
But and stock photography is a lot harder than people think too, because they think like, oh, you type in things talking about like the AI, like, pretty teacher teaching class, and you see like a model standing in front of a board or whatever. Yeah, those are stock photos, but you have to find something that is extremely nondescript but still pleasant to the eye. Like all the PowerPoint presentations, right? Death by PowerPoint, we've been through thousands of them, right?
Yeah.
And they always have like the worst graphics and the worst like transitions and things like that. So stock photography can help with that. It is just crazy to me to see that somebody can take a bunch of these really nondescript pictures and make thousands a month off of it.
Right.
It's really impressive.
Yep. I think one of the big points for me is like when somebody suggests you as like a photographer too, like they suggest you for a shoot. And you're just like, okay, yeah, I can do this.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is.
It ranks up there with shooting photographers. You ever shot a photographer before?
No.
Super stressful.
Yeah.
Because whatever picture I give them, I always think they're going to be like, let me see. No, I would have done this. The lighting would have been better here. Like, you know what I mean?
They zoom in into the pixels.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh,
Pixel peeping.
Shut up.
Yeah. I get that. And that goes to like my imposter syndrome too, right?
Right.
So like setting prices and like wanting to stick with those prices, like you're saying, setting that standard is something
Right.
like I struggle. I always want to hook people up or help people out, or I don't want to charge. And then here I am years down the road. And I was like, I should have charged a lot.
I think we've,
For sure.
like we've discussed it too. Like we're pretty set on pricings and we'll make adjustments depending on situations, or you're like really firm on that pricing. Sometimes they'll ask you and you'll give them the price and then they'll be like, I'll think about it. And then they just ghost you. And you're just like, well, it's firm on my pricing. I'm just going to stay with that.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to book me, you'll find other
some of
people
that.
for
And I was
for
like,
sure.
it's like the price I gave him was like, dude, that's like pretty low. And like, you know, thinking about work is like, I definitely think it's that worth that price. It is what it is. I don't know if they're just looking for like a handout or whatever, but it's like
the average wedding photographer in Las Vegas and Reno, their rates start at about $3,500 for their services. I come in just under that. And I've had a lot of people like, well, that's really expensive. Well, you haven't done your research. And I used to get not offended, but I used to like, if it didn't have to be a friend, but if somebody was like, oh, can you take pictures of me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I give them the price that I usually do. And they're like, oh, it's a little bit, I would always find myself knocking off $50, $100 just to try and make that sale or whatever. But I stopped doing that. And I hold fast to my rates now because I find that I have higher quality of client, I guess we'll say, in that aspect. Because because we've talked about before,
The returning clients,
they
yeah.
hire you. They like your work.
Right.
So if they're willing to pay the money that you ask for your expertise in it, then that speaks volumes to you. And then those are the people you want to shoot.
yeah.
Because I feel like if I get a family, if I charge somebody my family rate and then they're uncomfortable with how much it is, like they think it's too expensive, I think they might put like a unrealistic standard of what the picture should look like in their head. And then when they see it, if it's not there, then they're going to have something to complain about. And that bugs me. So if I say, hey, this is my price and they pay me, then this is the kind of work you're going to get because you hired me.
Yeah.
And I've had family even tell me like, oh, it's just outside of our budget. And I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. You want to go get dinner? Like I'm not going to change for anybody. I have bills to pay. I got a kid.
Right.
So you have kids?
No.
Nice.
No.
Not saying nice like I regret, Adora. I don't. I love you. You're amazing. You're my favorite person in the world, Adora. And Rosa. You're tied now.
They're tied for favorite people in the world. I think
Here's the thing is I just offended one of the two of them and they both can kick my ass. So it's fine.
Good luck. Have fun when this episode comes out.
Yeah, it's,
you know?
episode 22 without DJ. Like,
It's gonna
He's
be
in
what
the
is
hospital.
it? Talladega Nights.
Hi, this is a solo
Come
episode.
at you like a pissed off spider monkey.
you gonna let your son talk to me like that? Yeah, I am, because I raise winners.
Guys, that's a great movie.
I'm so
Oh, yeah.
paralyzed.
Super good.
I just like the fact that we're like in that same age group that like before, like memes and gifs and all that was huge. Like we just used to communicate with like Adam Sandler movies. And,
Oh yeah,
Super Troopers, just quoting
culture
stuff all the time.
references?
Yeah.
I can still do it to this day. Letterkenny.
Yeah.
You watch Letterkenny?
Oh yeah.
Do you watch Shoresy?
Mm-hmm.
So good. Have you watched either of those?
I've watched a little bit of Letterkenny.
Yeah, you need to finish that show. It's worth it.
I heard it.
Because I make like I used to make references that next time you go into the action camera, say hi to Jill. She is a massive because she used to play semi-pro hockey in Boston,
Really?
and yeah, she was a keeper. She's one of the scariest women in the world to me. Like I've seen her get irritated with people before, and like it makes me sweat, and I'm not even part of the situation. Plus, hockey players
You want to
fight.
go, bud?
Yeah. Oh, the whole Canadian accent, it comes really, or her Boston actually, because yeah, that's where she comes from, Boston. But that Boston accent comes out.
If you want to watch some funny stuff, like YouTube, mic'd up hockey fights, because sometimes
Yes.
they're just like, there's like hey, buddy, you want to go? Yeah, sure, I'll have a go. And they'll fight and they'll be like, hey, good scrap. And make good scrap. And there are times they'll just be trash talking and chirping and be like, hey, you're just a pretender, bud. What are you doing here? Like, just like going that ham. It's the
Chirping.
funniest thing. Yeah, I love it.
I might go down that rabbit hole later.
Dude, mic'd up
worth
stuff.
it.
Football players do the same thing.
Football players are funny.
I saw one. It was mic'd up for college.
Yeah.
And this one kid thought he was hot shit, and he was talking so much shit to this. So he was guarding him, and the guy was a wide receiver, and he was guarding him. He said, "You ain't gonna do shit, blah, whatever." And the dude like juked him, and he caught a ball. And like when he jumped up to catch a ball, he knocked over the guy that was talking shit, not on purpose, but it happened. Momentum, science. And he's mic'd up, but he stood up. He's like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, okay, no, he got me. Yeah, that was good. Yeah," and like it changes the whole tone. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, mic'd up stuff is dope. We were talking about doing that for golf.
Yeah.
So we're talking about doing like an episode.
A live
like
podcast.
Yeah, like playing golf, or we could even do one fishing or whatever. We'll be mic'd up, and I'm just picturing like I'll like shank it, like hit a ball, and you see me like whack, fuck,
Dude, yeah.
yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's
It's pretty
really
legit.
fun. Yeah, you should.
It'd be
Yeah,
really fun.
See, you should get into golf again, man.
No, I'm good. I have enough hobbies as it is.
That's true.
I don't have
That's
the
all
time.
of us.
That's yeah.
All of us with photography on top of that. Yeah, it's not fun.
Time management.
Oh,
I'm going
yeah.
to Tahoe now tomorrow without you.
Thanks,
I'm
buddy.
gonna send you pictures, selfies. Wish you were
Speaking
here.
of that, it's my birthday tomorrow.
Is it?
Thanks.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah, when
I'll
was
be
my
the
birthday?
Ripe age of 28. Your birthday was in April.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember.
27th.
The day. Yeah.
Mine was
Happy
20th.
birthday. 20th? Nice. Taurus? Outstanding.
Yeah.
Taurus.
420.
Taurus.
You you are. You're out on
Oh,
the cusp,
Taurus,
aren't you?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. So
Stubborn bastards.
you turned 29, you said?
28.
He just doesn't look. You two look great for your ages. As horseshit.
I did trim the beard a little bit, so
Yeah, but you don't age. You got the Asian gene in you, and I don't
Asians
even
don't
know what
age
you are. But you
I'm
age
a
well too.
mixture of. I just did one of those 23andMe's.
Oh, I need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, mine's gonna come back 100% Filipino.
100%.
Sad. It's not worth it.
I did not expect the results. Like I was like, who am I? You know,
What'd you get?
I thought I was half Hispanic, and it turns out that Hispanic comes from Spain, like way like fifth or sixth. So I went into like ancestry, and I think it's 6 generations back. They came from Spain to Mexico.
Oh,
Well, they came from Spain to Mexico when it was actually part of California in LA, and then the border crossed us. So I'm like only 20%, but it's like Spain Spanish. It's 20% that, 20% Native American, and the rest like hodgepodge like European. So technically, like my European side's 70% because they consider Spain part of it.
oh, okay.
But the interesting part was I got the Unga Bunga gene, where I'm like, it says less than 2% of Neanderthal, but it's 72% more than most people. So like, it's great. I have an excuse now when I'm stupid. I'll be like, man, that's the Unga Bunga in me. Which brings me to an awesome point. So they're talking about bringing back the mammoth, the woolly mammoth, right? We're within 40 years of bringing it back. Interesting about that, they narrowed it down to 2 spots where they're going to release the woolly mammoth. One was Siberia, and one was Tahoe. I was like, why would you do it to Tahoe?
Don't question it. Just let it happen.
Exactly. But anyways, you know, right? So like,
Every photographer and their mother's gonna be up there.
Dibs.
I'm going.
so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start prepping now. I was in the gym, like throwing weights, so I can throw spears and stuff. I was like, I got the Unga Bunga gene. Like, I think I have rights to that, right?
I think you found the
Right
missing
to the
link.
spear.
You found the
Yeah,
missing link.
yeah. I got the rights to that. So,
So funny.
like, cool. I got an excuse to be stupid now. You know.
Oh, that's so funny.
I need one of those. I need a carte blanche reason, and I don't want to wait for senility to kick in when I'm older. I just want a full carte blanche reason to be like art derper. Oh yeah, like the photo shoot, the prom that I did. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's a funny story. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, don't say it on the
Oh no, can't
You
tell that one on the
cannot.
podcast. At all. That's
I'll
funny.
show
No,
a very funny
bought
video
one.
to you afterwards.
Yeah. I bought one of those for my mom for her birthday. Because I'm Italian. That I know that's for sure. We don't know anything else though. Mom used to think it was French and a couple other things, and then my biological father, we didn't really know what he was at all. But when I got the 23andMe for my mom, we are mostly Italian. Knew that. I think we're like 75% Italian on that side, and then 25% Scottish. Which
Nice.
the red in
see
the beard,
that.
I can see it now. Like I was the longest time I was like, why do I have red in my beard? It's really weird. And then my biological father, according to my mom, my dad, who was one of his friends, the one that raised me, one of his friends, and his best friend in the whole world, which is my Uncle Joel, he is 50% black and 50% Puerto Rican, I think. So I want to take the 23andMe and see like what's actually going on.
I should take one, but I'm just gonna be disappointed.
Are you really going to spend $300 for a company to say you're Filipino?
Yeah.
It ain't that expensive.
No, it's not.
If you get that one where it tells you like
Just the
your
DNA.
health, like
Yeah.
where you get the basic one that does that. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I think it was worth it. It was interesting.
I'll find out.
I
Because
think
my cousin took it and she was 100%.
I think
Like,
you should.
nothing else.
I think instead of doing like the DNA swab like in the cheek like you're supposed to, you should do it COVID style.
Just straight up the nose.
I feel Filipino.
See what comes back.
What if it comes back like Polynesian,
That'd be dope.
right?
But then I'll have to
you'd be the
question-
tiniest Polynesian in the world.
you
I'd
had,
also
like-
have to question where I come from because, like, Mom, did you adopt me?
Watch you be Maori. Couldn't even say Kyoto, right?
You'd be like me, have an identity crisis. You don't know what you are. I'm just
know
out
anymore,
here
yeah.
caveman in it now.
You know, it's funny, like talking about that and your imposter syndrome. I can only imagine like the emotions that were going through your mind as you were reading through these things. Like somebody else literally telling you what you are.
Oh yeah, I got the notification at like 3 a.m. It came back the results. My wife was
man.
wanting to. I looked at it. And it said like 70% European. I was like, someone's spitting this. And then I went back to sleep. And I looked at it. I was like, oh, because it was saying Spain. And I was like, whatever. So I looked into Ancestry, and that's kind of cool. I did get a follow all the way back to Spain. I was like, oh,
That's really cool.
okay, the nerds were right.
The science is correct.
Science is for sciencing.
Do you have anything else in the
I don't think anything worth.
ledger of questions?
No more cool taco burrito questions.
Taco burrito.
So
questions.
I have a.
Is that going to be like our standard question for every guest that
down.
comes on now?
Well, so there is another podcast. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys should. Not just you guys, but like our listeners.
Yeah.
If you go on TikTok and just type in "you should know,"
Mm-hmm.
it's these two guys. They're absolutely fun. I think I've shown you a couple of their clips. They're two college roommates that started a podcast. But they're funny. They talk shit to each other constantly, right? Which is something that I'm not sure where we are with that yet in our relationship. Because I can't.
give a
It's
crap.
impossible to defend me. It's absolutely impossible to defend me. But they asked two questions, and I've asked a lot of people these questions since because it turned into a huge rant on TikTok in the show. And so I'll ask you these two because I'm very genuinely curious.
Oh, I know the
Would you-
question. I know the
yeah.
question.
Would
I will not make out with you.
Well, we haven't talked about
We're
money yet.
talking about Borophyll.
I have cash. Would you
$20
if-
bucks, $20.
Hey, $20 is $20.
Sorry,
If you get, would you? Okay, you're locked in Meadowood Mall. Okay,
Locked what?
locked in Meadowood Mall, that mall in Southern Reno
Okay.
by the camera store.
Yeah.
So you're locked in there for 24 hours. Would you rather be locked in there with a full-grown silverback gorilla or 3 black mambas?
Black Mambas.
Really? I explain because I'm gorilla all day,
I'm gorilla.
100%.
No, Mambas are easy to get away from.
But you don't know where they are.
No, but they're going to be in dark crevices and places hiding like that. They're not going to be out in the
Maybe.
open.
What if they get hungry? You're the only source of heat in that room, in that whole building. You really would. I mean, we're talking like you're just gonna like. You're just, so if you guys are listening to the podcast, not watching, Patrick just said he's pretty much just gonna smack the top of the snake's head.
Well, because I'm someone I've been around snakes enough, photographing the hobbies in Japan and rattlesnakes and all that. So I kind of understand how they work and how they do it. Mambas are super scary animals and they're big and fast, but a silverback gorilla?
Yeah, but you know where he is. If he's
more terrifying.
No, if he's smashing in lids, I'm not going to lids. I avoid lids. I avoid that whole wing. If he's in the Cinnabon station,
he's gonna take you. No.
If he's unga boogieing and over by like Cinnabon, I'm avoiding that whole area. But I'll know where he is at all times. He's a big gorilla. Now, granted, if he grabs me, Dunsky, right? I mean, we all heard that story from the news, like the chimpanzee that freaked out and like attacked that lady's friend and like ripped her face off.
Oh yeah.
And that's a chimpanzee, not even a full-grown gorilla. No, gorilla all day, bro. Sorry. Yeah, I can hide from him. You know, they have smell or whatever, but I can hide from a gorilla. Like maybe get to a place that they can't. No, they probably get to any place I could.
Yeah. No,
No,
you
silverback.
climb away from. I'm good.
Mamas can climb, bro. But see, the thing of not knowing is what would kill me. Like, I would be afraid to move. Like, I want to open the door because for whatever reason, because I've been trained this way because of movies, that all three of them are standing on the other side of that with Samuel L. Jackson saying something about being sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking plane, right? Whereas a gorilla, I know where he is at all times probably. He's smashing something or smelling his own feces or throwing his own feces.
No, I'm good.
Oh my gosh.
Black
that
mamas all
reminds
day?
me.
Oh.
Did you see the video of the grandma getting hit by a gorilla throwing his own poop?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
Yeah? Like
Yeah,
full
knocks
grenade. Like
He's mad.
no.
Yeah, people mess with them. They're smart animals.
Yeah.
You seen the gorilla that cracked the glass? The dude was doing this in front of him, and he ran across the and just cracked the glass. Bro, I would have cockeyed myself right there. Like I'm not even like, and I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, you should. Yes, I should. Did you see that? Like gorillas are like what 1,500 pounds, 2,000. They're like the size, like the weight of a car. Bro, you're not gonna stop that.
Too.
Yeah, and they're strong.
Wasn't it like the San Francisco Zoo where the kids were messing with the tiger? It's something Joe Rogan does a stand up about. It was a real event. Like the kids were like throwing rocks at this tiger. Oh, and the tiger got mad. And it's a tiger. It could jump. It jumped out of the pen, ran through the zoo, and killed them.
Oh god.
Nobody else. Like it knew who they were and went after them.
So, unpopular opinion. That's the parents' fault.
And the zoos for not putting a lid on the top of an enclosure.
That's true. But your parent, like, I mean, like I've never had this talk with my daughter. Okay, don't throw rocks at the tiger. But guess what? My daughter knows right from wrong.
Yeah,
she's not gonna throw a rock at the tiger, or if she does, she'll hide behind me because that's what she would do.
Yeah, I'll bet you.
Take him first.
I bet you'll never do it again.
No, they probably will not. If they do, then that's some really, really creepy stuff. Okay, second question.
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather take a gloved, in his prime, body shot for Mike Tyson, or see, eyes got real big there, or would you rather take 2 feet reared back on its tail of a red kangaroo straight to the chest?
Taking the kangaroo.
Dude, all day. Same thing. You said the same thing too, right? No, you said Mike Tyson.
I said Mike Tyson.
Okay, so here's where he's wrong. Okay, so I did the math, right? And you can't actually be wrong in these questions, guys. Don't yell at me out. But I looked it up, bro. Mike Tyson hits at 1,600 joules. Okay, and I don't know what that means. I had to look it up. But 1,600 joules is roughly about 1,182 pounds of force. Okay, and that is a lot. And that's with a glove on. And this is Mike Tyson in his prime. Okay, and if anybody's wondering how much energy that actually is, when Mike Tyson throws a full punch, he burns 1/3 of a calorie. One punch burns 1/3 of a calorie. You have to run several hundred meters on a treadmill to burn 1/3 of a calorie. He does it in one punch. That is mind-boggling to me. A kangaroo, 750 pounds. That's it. But somebody did bring up a good point the other day when I asked them, because I asked my sister and a couple of my friends about it. If you get rocked by Mike Tyson, right, that's going to hurt a lot, right? But it might lift you off the ground. You might fall over, whatever. But if a kangaroo kicks you, the amount of force is just going to send you. Like it's not that they're stronger, but the leverage of 2 feet kicking you, you're going to roll back. You'll incur extra damage as you tumble around for sure. But no, kangaroos all day.
I'll take a body shot.
Bro, I don't know. Have you seen Mike Tyson?
I've seen him. Yeah.
Like not even 7-year-old Mike Tyson. I'm talking like we're talking in his prime.
I know.
Like, bro, there's no way.
Side note: watch the Mike Tyson mysteries. It's like his cartoon. It's like almost like a knockoff, like Scooby Doo. But I like it because like he'll be like midway through a mystery and he's like, "This is boring. I'm going home." And, and he does, and the show ends, and you're just like, "What?" And it's hilarious, and it's like his own TV show, and he narrates it. Yeah, I love it. The Mike Tyson mysteries.
That's I'm gonna have to watch now. He was really good in Hangover.
Yeah.
Oh, he was really.
It's pretty funny.
This is my favorite part. Do. When he just punches him. He's like, dude, you got rocked by Mike Tyson. Like that's the coolest story ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell that story too.
And lived. Oh, I would.
Rocked by Mike Tyson and
lived. Yeah, like I'm gonna kick your ass. If Mike Tyson can't, you can't, bro. Like that'd be on the news.
I can feel the body shot. Yeah, both of them would suck.
I'm good,
but I'll take a body shot.
Kangaroo. So we agree on the kangaroo, but you're still pro Black Mama.
Yeah, man, dude, gorillas are scary.
They're terrifying.
At least we all have different answers. We're not all the same people.
Did you guys see Nope?
Not yet.
The movie
I was like, I had it on while I was like cleaning out or something. I remember watching it. Yeah,
it's actually pretty interesting. So one of the guys from Key and Peele makes it. Peele makes it. Direct it.
Jordan Peele directs it.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But there's several like keys, like literally like a key stuck in like one of the pillars in the stairs. There was a key stuck in one of the horses from the stuff that fell, and it's a funny like nod to his buddy Key, obviously. Right? Excuse me. But in that whole movie, super good. You really should see it. I derailed myself when I was talking about the key thing and what I originally brought it up for, but I just watched it last night. But it's about there's like. I'm not going to ruin it in case anybody hasn't seen it. But anyway, it's worth the watch if you guys get a chance to.
I think we talked about it on the pod with Bryce about Key and Peele movies.
Yeah. It's really good stuff. I really cannot remember why I brought it up now.
Oh, well.
There was a reason. What were we talking about before that?
Don't know.
You were asking me those questions from that TikTok you watch.
We hit that hour in and it just blinks us. Yeah. Look at that. Hour
Hour and 4
That's
minutes.
wild how fast it goes.
It's quick.
Yeah,
This one went faster than the last one.
Okay,
I think.
let me ask you another question then.
Yeah.
In your lifetime before you die, would you rather see dinosaurs be brought back or alien contact?
Alien contact.
Here's the thing: is we're gonna die from both. Dinosaurs are apex predators.
I feel like we're very close to like some kind of aliens have been here. Government's even said like,
Yeah.
there's been wild cases about it. Check out the Theories of a Third Kind podcast. They do some really interesting ones. I love that podcast. They talk a lot about it. I'm big on the aliens thing, like extra.
I love that stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna say aliens though, and the reason for that is because if dinosaurs come here, it's nothing.
It's nothing new.
It's nothing. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing new, and we will lose. Right? I've seen Jurassic Park. I know what's gonna happen. But if aliens come, we can ask them questions like, "Hey, we fucked up the planet. How do we fix it? Do you know how we can fix it? Can we borrow a whatever laser teleporter? Can we live on Mars? Do you have extra planets? You know what I mean? Like, can we move in and live on our couch? We can ask them all kinds of questions.
Unless they come here to farm us and take our resources.
That's true. But here's the thing. We all got to die sometime, you know? As long as it's not getting probed, I'm probably down for whatever.
You're going to get probed.
Just right off the bat. It's going to happen. What happened to you? Nothing. Don't want to talk about it.
There's this dumb old cartoon. It's like a comic strip, and it's this guy goes out in the woods. It's like, hey, look, it's Bigfoot. And it shows him like seeing Bigfoot. And like he was just peeing in the bushes when he sees him. Bigfoot goes, hey, look, it's a little wiener. And he goes back to camp, and this guy's like, you see anything? He's like, no. I don't know why I always think of that. Yeah.
No. What about you? Aliens or dinosaurs?
I said aliens.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I want to see him.
That would be
Just because, like, dinosaurs, there's nothing new with them. I feel like we've explored it too.
we have
enough.
and now we're talking about bringing back woolly mammoths.
Woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how many different variations? Because we can tell what dinosaurs look like from their bones, right? There's things about Jurassic Park that aren't real. Like that's not what raptors actually sounded like. That's not what T-Rexes actually sound like.
Not only that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was supposed to say, but we don't know. Nobody knows what aliens actually look like. Like there are so many variations from Mars attacks, Roswell, right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Something tells me it's not Mars attacks aliens.
I really
Well,
hope
you
it's
never
not
know.
with the pop collars and like
Yeah.
But
I hope it is.
I mean,
all
I
wrong.
know.
When
They all
Mars
come down.
Attacks came out and they had like those like the toys of it. Do I remember I got one for Christmas once, and you're a kid like you shake presents, and I remember shaking a present, and all you hear is oh no, like, dope! I got the Mars Attacks. Like he gave himself away. Yeah.
oh man,
That's good.
it'd be cool if that was them though.
Yeah.
But like, what if it's like Zur, ruler of Omicron Persei 8, you know, from Futurama?
That'd be pretty.
That'd be
That'd be
dope.
cool too.
But I'd be really terrified to meet his wife Unga Unga. She scares me. But yeah, who knows what they look like? We know what dinosaurs look like,
Yeah.
and they can stay dead. They lost that battle with the Rock, unfortunately. Do you think it was the Rock that killed them all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could care less.
Well, that's just rude. What? You know? Okay, that's something. Let's talk about that for a second.
What do you mean?
What'd you say? I could care less.
Yeah.
That means you care.
I guess.
The term
Just a
is I
little bit
couldn't
less.
care less. That means you don't care about anything about that at all. But if you say I could care less, that means you do care a little bit.
Care a little bit.
So
it's
which-
probably a rock.
So
What a nerd, dude. What a nerd.
it's look, I don't know why, but that's one of the things that have always like, it's always funny to me. I don't ever correct anybody. I'm like, I don't care because I say dumb shit constantly. But that's something that's always fun to me. Like people are like, I could care less. Like,
So you care a little bit.
so you do, yeah. So you're saying there's a chance. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yes, I'll agree with you as a rock.
It had to. Well, it doesn't have to be. I mean, there's theories out there that aliens abducted them all, or aliens killed them, or they killed each other, or food sources ran out. There's all kinds of stuff. But the Rock makes sense.
Yeah. The rock.
yeah,
does
the
make
Rock is
sense.
pretty big. He can kill a lot of
You
dinosaurs.
could kill a lot of
That-
dinosaurs.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Just raise an eyebrow kills like 3 species.
Yep. Which ones?
Copies for sure
Okay.
because they're tiny. Dodos, which count as dinosaurs. If you don't believe me, play Ark.
Here's a question for you to think
Yeah.
about. What's the largest mammal you can take on and kill in hand-to-hand combat?
A whale.
You think you can take a whale?
100%.
You're insane, bro.
100%.
You're insane.
Here's the thing. Like so we have to even the playing field, right? So I would have to be as fast as the whale can swim. Otherwise it wouldn't be a fair fight. But in order for the whale to kill me, he's going to have to swallow me, which is probably going to be his go-to move. Okay. So that gives me maybe a few
watch
minutes
Pinocchio.
Yeah, no, exactly. But my thing is like, I have like the I just got into prison mentality where you find the biggest dude in the yard and knock him out, right? So you asked me what's the biggest whale? Like I would probably lose, but I would fight a whale.
I just saw an Instagram reel about that. And the guy's like in prison looking hard and he's like, when they say you go to a prison, you find the biggest man in there and you knock him out.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tired of people fighting me. He's like, I knit mittens for the new jail. It's the biggest guy, but he's like the biggest sweetheart. He's like, I'm just tired of people knocking me out. And I was like, that is hilarious.
Reminds me of the big black dude from the new Longest Yard movie.
Yeah.
Football?
Yeah.
Big scary dude, absolute toddler.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll teach you whatever you want. Just don't eat me.
I broke it in my nose.
I think he did it on purpose.
I don't know why I watched that a couple of weeks ago. It's just a classic movie.
so good.
Did you watch the original?
No, I didn't know that was original.
Yeah. So
Before Adam Sandler's one, right?
Yeah. So in the scene where Caretaker went to go turn on the light.
Comedy did not exist before Adam Sandler, as far as I'm concerned, right? That wasn't a history comedy started. In our age group, Adam Sandler was comedy, right?
I mean, yeah. Like for me, Adam Sandler was what Will Ferrell is now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Truth.
But no, you should definitely watch the original because there's a lot of nods to the original. Like when Caretaker goes to turn on the light in the cell, that music that builds up, like people that haven't seen the original don't know why. But in the original, when the dude turns on the thing, it mixes some chemicals and blows up and kills him. So that's why when Caretaker did it, there was the music, they did it with the radio instead. But there's all kinds of nods to the original. That's also why Burt Reynolds is in there because he plays Adam Sandler's character in the original.
Oh,
yeah. I can't wait to do our movie episode. I'm
Talk
gonna
about
nerd out
movies
so
a lot. Yeah.
hard. I love movies, dude. I love movies. I'm gonna go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for sure.
I'm about to go watch Air.
Go see Super Mario Brothers. It's good.
I know. I want to go watch it.
I did not know, like everyone else thought the casting was going to suck. They were going to do the great parts. You were watching it and like Luigi came out. I didn't know it was Charlie Day
I didn't know that either.
from It's Always Sunny, and he does a great job.
Huh.
Chris Pratt did good. Seth Rogen as DK was actually pretty funny. It was good.
I haven't
Black
looked up
as
the
Bowser?
cast list.
Oh,
Jack Black, yeah. Did you see the interview
good.
about him with him? Like, how do you do the voice or whatever? Yeah, just look up Jack Black talking about Bowser. It's
he
an
also
interview.
wrote that song in like 30 seconds.
Dude.
Yeah, well, it's Jack Black, bro.
It's a good song. It's still not my favorite. I never heard the Donkey Kong song. And it plays just like DK Donkey Kong. It's like a rap. I didn't know that. And my wife and myself heard it. Dude, I listened to that song on repeat. For now on, like I helped my buddy move. Like later on, like the next week, me and my wife was out here. She helped too, and we were moving. Anytime I lift anything heavy, I come out. I'd be like DK, like flexing my pecs. Donkey Kong. I do it to everything now. Anytime I do anything macho, like in my head, I'm like DK. It's hilarious. It's a great movie though.
I'll have to go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to go watch Air right now.
Should we set up a mandate?
I think we talked about it on the last one
We
too.
have.
Yeah.
We should set up a mandate.
Yeah.
Legends Theater is the best, man. Sorry.
It is. It's really good.
So you're gonna have to come across town.
That's fine.
And we need to talk about which. You don't go to the gym. Which gym do you go to?
The base gym.
Yeah, that's honestly kind of what I figured.
That's why I joined the military
better
to
one.
get the biggest selection of gyms across the world. Listen, every state, like all these countries that we've taken over, it's the biggest selection of gyms you can go to.
That's true.
We have the second biggest selection of gyms, the purple gyms.
Yeah, that's where we.
Yeah, we make fun of you guys.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I make fun of it too.
Yeah.
But we have to figure out because driving all the way to Southern Reno just doesn't work for me, man. Because I'll go from work to my house back there, back to my house again. But North McCarran's right between both of us.
True.
It doesn't get too busy.
It just sucks.
Well, it's the purple gym. They all suck.
It's true. You have a good point there.
But because I can't bring myself to go for like 24-hour or Crunch Fitness. Crunch is right across the street.
I
from
can't
me.
go to Crunch.
Like
A lot of ego lifters can't do it.
that's my thing too. Joey Swole, you see him on TikTok or anything like
Yeah.
that? So dude's super legit. Like I love what he stands for. Super cool guy.
Yeah, he breaks people down who are just out to get clout and like,
Yep.
you know.
Like there's like I mind my own business. If I'm watching somebody, whether it's a male or female in the gym, here's the thing. I love people watching. Okay. Oh, we should do that too.
At an airport.
Yeah.
I learned.
Where's your
Thanks,
favorite
Callie.
place to people watch?
Wherever I'm drunk.
Fair. So we chose airport, but that's a good one. So like the bar. But like people watch all the time. So if I'm staring at somebody, whether it's male or female, and they're doing something, it's because I'm watching their form to see if there's something I can do. It has nothing to do with you're a hot guy, you're a hot chick. None of that. I am literally or half the time ADHD. Same thing. I will completely zone out and disassociate. Like if I'm taking a break between reps and listening to music, I'm in the zone. I could be staring at Emma Watson and not even know that it's her for the longest time because I'm just trying to think about my next set. So, but people, they get in their heads about stuff like, that guy over there is being creepy and staring. And I get it. I have a beard, middle-aged guy, glasses. I get it. I drive a car with tinted windows. But, yeah, that's just, yeah.
No, I'm not. I go in there, like, my hat's down, my headphones are on.
Oh, it's this, dude.
I'm
That's
like,
how I am.
You walk in, you're like, not now, sheep, I'm in the fucking zone. That's me, like, music on. The only time I will look, like, you have like a band t-shirt on, like August Burns Red or some kind of band I like, I'll be like, yo, bro.
That's
like,
awesome.
Like something on like that, or like, like Knock Loose or something. Or sometimes like in our gym, 'cause it's a military base. We have speakers we can check out and play music. So sometimes I play music just to rage, And like the bros in the morning I go with, we all listen to a lot of the same stuff.
I'm so glad you like August Burns Red. Oh,
They're one of my favorite bands. Like they've got me through some hard times. It's the metalcore. I've seen them numerous times. I love them.
Just watched them in SAC last August.
How do you feel about Falling in Reverse?
I'm not a Rodney. I know you like him. I'm not a Rodney Radke. When I was younger, into it. Now it's like his sound and all that stuff. It's just not
so much. Yeah.
I think
whatever. Like he turned around. I know he's super progressive. He's doing a lot of things. Love him or hate him. The guy's out there moving the music. I get it.
Because even if you don't like him, there's no denying the talent that he has.
Yeah, dude. But that's a big thing, right? Something I took from. Like I was telling you, did you
see how happy he got?
Yeah. No, I watch a lot of like Joe Rogan podcasts, right?
Yep.
Love him or hate him, whatever. I like him. But one thing he talks about, whatever it is you're doing, your passion, is like be undeniable. Just be so good, even if you don't like me, the way I look, what I stand for, whatever it is. Like be so good at whatever it is you do. Like I hate him, but he does good work.
Yeah.
Just be so good that you can't deny. Like the Ronnie Radke thing.
Yeah.
Like he can sing, he has talent, all that kind of stuff. Like just be undeniable.
We talked about it too. Like Michael Jackson, terrible person. Amazing dancer and singer.
How many kids do you have to diddle for you not to listen to him? I asked that question.
I still have Michael Jackson on my phone.
I still listen to him.
But that's the thing. Like I can, and I think that's something that's going on right now with the world too. Yeah, exactly. Separation is a huge thing. Like it doesn't. Even in school, you're taught like Adolf Hitler, for crying out loud, right? Mm-hmm. He was wrong in everything that he thought about, obviously, and like completely wrong. But as far as a leader goes, I mean his speeches and stuff. Yeah, his speeches are still like a benchmark for people. Mm-hmm. Like people that analyze it like on fluctuations of certain words, sentence structure, like that kind of. There, he was an absolute genius. The words that he said, horrible, but the structure and the idea behind it, great.
Yeah,
I can pick that stuff apart. Right. You know what I mean? So like when I say that I don't like something, it's because I've done the research, and that's exactly why I don't. That's why I ended up getting a Subaru again. Mm-hmm. Well, that and Cammy pointed it out, and I did the research, and I was like, okay, that's legit.
Well, you should. Anytime you debate anyone, you should know both sides of it, the pros and the cons.
Yeah. So
a lot of people, like I'm into hunting. A lot of people are like, how can you hunt and kill those senseless animals? And you'd be like, do you not understand all the conservation hunters do and what they do for rehabbing animals and the money geared towards it and making sure the populations are good? Like you're eating beef from the grocery store. Do you know what those cows go through, how they're slaughtered and killed and everything they go through?
It could be inhumane. They don't know.
It's horrible. It is.
What's and just and being who you are too, like deforestation. Mm-hmm. So I have a really close friend of mine works for the fire department out in California, and you wouldn't expect this to come from a firefighter, but they told me that if California had allowed them to do deforestation 2 or 3 years ago when they said they needed to, the fires that blanketed Reno for like literally blocked out the sun for 6 months wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's something I've never thought about because I mean I was a cop, but I never had to respond to any fires or anything like that. So that whole thing is new to me. Mm-hmm. Once this person explained it all to me, I was like, oh, fuck, that makes a lot of sense.
Because California will like tie the hands of a lot of like the wildland firefighters. Like I don't remember anymore. I've talked to a couple of them. Like they don't want you using certain fire retardants or can't bring machinery, whatever it is. Like they tie their hands, be like, oh, but you better save my home.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the world. Like if I know we're going on a huge tangent, the podcast is going a long time, but just guys know that stand by your morals, like you said. Right. Be amazing at what you do. Know the difference between right and wrong. Don't throw rocks at tigers, unless you're really fast, I guess.
Exactly.
And hope that Mars attacks aliens are the real ones. I really hope it is them. I'm not gonna lie. Now that we're talking about it, I really hope it's them. Elvis capes and everything.
Indeed.
Be pretty dope.
Yeah.
What are we at?
Hour 20.
Yeah, we're creeping. You know, it's funny. We talk to Kyle about we're not going to do long podcasts, and we're getting there. We're slowly getting there more and more now too.
Listen, with ADHD in this room, like you have to get like a chalkboard. By my computer, I have a chalkboard. I have to write notes out. Otherwise, like I will.
We're going on.
Dude, I can talk. I can talk about. I brought up like the Mustangs in the area, like the wild horses, and how bad it is, and people don't realize how bad they are for the environment, everything they're doing. I want to talk about the aliens, everything going on with that one, like my hobbies, like hunting and fishing, how it relates to wildlife photography. There's so much like I can talk about, want to talk about. Like we can literally just sit here and go, you know.
Literally,
we'll have to have you on for another one where we just
for sure.
Yeah.
So that was something I wanted to talk. I know that you and I talked about. I mentioned Paul Goodnow. We're doing his critique. He's sending us in some work. We're going to critique, and you said that you didn't want to do that, and that's totally fine. I get that. We wanted to do that competition kind of thing we were talking about, but for just us, not with Kyle, and put it out. Everybody has like a month to take a picture in the category that we choose, and then we put all the pictures up anonymously, and then these all pictures get voted, and whoever wins would get a prize. We don't know what the prize is going to be yet. Maybe a hug for me. Who knows? But would that be something you would?
Oh yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Even if I get something I normally don't shoot, like this, getting in a different category, trying something else, like 100%. Yeah, helps with your creativity or whatever it is you're doing.
Oh yeah,
cool. Because like what I was thinking is like whoever wins, we could have them on the podcast. They could talk about what they did to get that picture.
Right.
Obviously, if the picture that I take or the picture that Mike takes wins, we wouldn't win anything. But we would still
we'll talk about it.
But we'd still put up our pictures anyway and talk about stuff. So yeah,
we're competing against ourselves and you guys. So
we have at least another year with you, right? Before you guys end up going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Cool. Perfect.
You should always be competing with yourself and be bettering yourself. You know, always, whatever it is you do.
I agree, and then it's we're coming up on what would be the average time for movies back when we were kids. Hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes. That was the average.
Which is insane.
Before who's the dude that made Titanic?
No.
What? No. He also did Avatar. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Anyway, he it's impossible for him to make movies that are under 3 hours. Like Titanic was long as hell. Avatar long as hell.
And it came in a VHS set. It came with 2 tapes.
Right. Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
That was like unheard of.
It's completely unnecessary. If I'm going to play something with multiple discs, it's going to be like Final Fantasy or Legend of Dragoon.
it's a video game.
It's got to be a video. It's not going to be a movie. Titanic. Well,
James Cameron.
Thank you. That was going to bother me. I'm really glad you said that. James Cameron.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's
after you shave, bro. That's the beard.
South Park. That's an awesome episode. Have you ever seen that one? Where he's looking in the ocean with this, like, because he actually did it in real life. He went down the ocean to like go the deepest he can go. He's trying to see who set the bar so low for like TV and media and all that. And they get down there and it turns out it's Randy Newman. Like Randy Newman set the bar low. I don't know what that South Park had against Randy Newman. Like, hey guys, it's Randy Newman.
Randy Newman in the Marianas Trench.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
It's so funny.
August Springs Road reference.
Yeah.
Anybody? Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Marianas Trench?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
solid.
James Cameron actually went down so there's one of the summer. You've been to Hawaii before, right?
I had a layover there, yeah.
So
I had like a little layover. I got to go out and explore a little bit.
Yeah. So if you go back to Oahu, they moved it. I have to figure out where it went. But anyway, they used to have the Oceanic Institute of Hawaii had a pier, and inside the pier was a white. It was a Pisces. They had the Pisces 4 and the Pisces 5. 1 and 2 were the ones that James Cameron went down with his crew when they were filming Titanic. Same exact one, same model, just different number.
Nice.
And then Pisces 3 is being rebuilt by somebody in Kansas. Because when I think submarines, I think Kansas. I don't get it. But anyway, 4 and 5 are there, and they're built by the Canadians.
If I go to Hawaii, I'm going to look for some Jurassic Park places.
All day.
They're all there.
Wildlife, and then I'm going to go see my boy, the king, was hanging out, you know?
Yeah.
I know. Hey, I was a tour guide there.
I'm sure you're sick of all these things, but hey.
No, it's cool, man.
Listen, so many times I've been to so many places, people are like, you don't want to do the tourist thing, you don't want to do that, and then take you somewhere else, and you don't get to see. That's how I missed the Golden Gate Bridge. You know, my buddy took me out to like the local bar thing. That's cool, but I never got to see it. I was like, dude, I want to go back and see that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with doing touristy things sometimes.
Like Pearl Harbor. There's nothing wrong with going to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor's dope. No, I get it. But I'm gonna bug you for Japan stuff. So
dude, 100%.
You bug me for Hawaii stuff, it's all day. For sure. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that I get to use my phone over there. That makes me feel a lot better because I can get lost. I can definitely get lost.
Yeah.
So are we at an hour 30 yet?
Almost.
Close enough. Well, I really appreciate you coming
episode
on the show,
of the pod.
Man.
Yeah, it's fun.
Dude,
by far.
I can keep going. I'm telling you, if you guys want to talk about, like, you just cut it now before we get into another tangent.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's 9:47. I'm pretty sure Joel's out of here.
Sorry, Joel.
Oh no, it's not because like I'm old and I have to go to bed. But we're scheduled to be in here from until like 9, usually 9:15.
Okay,
We definitely passed.
Last I know, watch the movies that made us. Watch the Jurassic Park one. They talk about how they made Jurassic Park and like how the big like typhoon came during the making of it and the dinosaur itself and all. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I like that
check it
show. I
out.
just haven't seen that episode yet. That's gonna be dope. Yeah, have you seen that show yet?
I haven't seen it.
100% should.
I will.
Super good. We're gonna have a watch party. We're gonna mandate it up, bro.
Mandate watch party.
Cool. All right. Sick.
Yeah, had a good time. Thanks
You
for
good?
coming for
Yeah,
both
yeah.
episodes. I appreciate it. We'll have you on
Yeah.
again. I'm
Remember,
sure.
kids, stay in drugs. Don't do school.
Thank you for the tip.
Sold.
That's how you end up in the military.
I'm pretty sure all of our listeners are adults. I hope. Well, if you guys made it this far, proud of you. Very, very proud of you.
I
Thank
got
you.
a 2-hour drive home. So
Is it-
This is a fun one.
That's what that Red Bull was for, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
going on.
So,
I'm about to go catch a movie right now too. Woo. Yeah, boy.
wait, you're going to see the movie tonight?
I'm going to watch Air. Yeah.
Wait, what time is it showing?
9:50.
Oh yeah, okay, we gotta go, guys. He's gonna be late for his movie. We're horrible
Dude,
people.
I saw
Previews are
a
like-
reel today. People are like, the coach is like going against Air Bud. Remember the Air Bud movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to guard Air Bud. Fine. Mike, get in there. And this Mike Vick comes in.
Oh no! Oh no! Did I? So
All right.
I saw him in. So
What's
I
up,
used to
Mike
work.
Vick?
I used to work. Yeah, I used to work in Fort Leavenworth as a guard,
Yeah.
and he was in the federal penitentiary outside the gate, right?
Oh.
But because he's a celebrity, they made him come into Fort Leavenworth, and that's where he did his work that he had to do, whatever. So I was driving home from work one day from my prison, and I was going back to the barracks, and I drove by and I looked and I was like, that dude looks kind of familiar. And I slowed down and I parked the car and I just kind of stared at him for a second. And I shit you not, it was Michael Vick shoveling horse shit. And if that isn't the most like poetic justice possible, yeah, it was hilarious. I really wanted to be like, what up, dude? And like, like not in a good way, obviously,
Right.
douchebag. But yeah, that's pretty funny. So anyway, we got distracted again.
Yep.
Is it a date or are you just going by yourself?
I'm going with a friend. It's not a date. Bro date.
No, with me it's not. Is it Bryce again?
No.
Bryce, I hope you
Bryce
know
is
that I'm
sleeping.
jealous that you guys went to tell yesterday without me. So everybody, do me a favor, go on Mike's social and tell him happy birthday. It's going to be a month when this
It'll be
comes
like
out.
2 months
just,
later.
but just say happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Because Mike's birthday is coming up. We appreciate it. Patrick Party too. Look him up. Follow all of his stuff. Super good quality stuff. And we will see him again very soon, I'm sure.
And follow
Cool.
DJ
So-
Hansen Photography at DJ Hansen Landscapes and DJ Hansen Photos. Portraits.
Yeah,
Well, that's one.
all of our socials will be under here as normal. I hope to hear from you guys. Send us questions and stuff we can talk about in the future. If you want to be a guest in the podcast, let us know too, and we'll talk to you about it.
$5, Busta.
I charged him 10. It doesn't work when you cover your mouth when a mic does it.
No,
I think he heard me. Was that Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy? He's like, oh, I'm blinking with my right eye.
Or
Anyway.
Peter Griffin farts and he turns up the radio. I think he's going to cover it. Yeah.
Afterwards.
All right. Anyways, we're going to keep going.
Yeah. really appreciate you guys hanging out this long. You know what? Actually, matter of fact, after this episode, let us know if you like these longer podcasts,
that's
or if you
fine.
like it going back to 45 minutes, if the hour and a half
I've
is okay.
never heard anyone say they liked it shorter, so I'm
That's-
sure they do.
Hey. Short Kings.
5'5", a guy over here
Not 8.
on heels. Anyway, appreciate it, guys. We'll see you next week.
You suck. Bye.